Today, for the first time, we're hearing from the plaintiffs in the lawsuit filed against the NMSU Board of Regents, former head coach Greg Heyer, assistant coach Dominique Taylor, and 3 former players, Deshaundre Washington, Kim Aiken Jr., and Dr. Bradley. That lawsuit alleges those 3 players just mentioned sexually assaulted 2 of their teammates for months on end, and the coaches who were told about it simply did nothing. We have team coverage of this continuing story. Rachel Phillips is live at NMSU with details from today's news conference, and ABC 7 Sports Director Adrian Ochoa is here in studio with what the law firm hired by NMSU is saying. But we begin with Rachel live from the Pan American Center.
Mark, you mentioned that lawsuit, and a lot of those allegations actually happened right here at the Pan American Center, as well as on away games. And as you mentioned, for the very first time today, we got to hear from those 3 plaintiffs, Shaq Ondonewu, Deuce Benjamin, and his father, William Benjamin. And to be quite frank with you, what they had to say was truly quite heartbreaking and really hard to listen and watch, with William even going as far to say as he feels like he failed his son for putting him in this situation. Now, both William and Deuce read from prepared statements, and they were both at times incredibly emotional, with both of them actually having to take a moment to gather themselves before continuing. Deuce himself, as you can see here, completely broke down as he spoke about how he has changed and part of him will never be the same. In that moment, his dad came to his side, put his hand on his shoulder, and helped him get through the last bit of his statement. I mentioned before that Coach Benjamin said he feels like he failed his son, and that word, fail, was really used a lot in today's news conference. Attorney Jolene Youngers said the coaches and university as a whole failed both Deuce and Shaq by not taking action to prevent or stop the alleged sexual assaults, and because of that, they were complicit in the abuse, which is a big part of why they say this lawsuit was filed.
As a high school coach here in Las Cruces, New Mexico for the past 14 years, I would have never tolerated this or similar behavior at all. I don't understand, man. I don't understand. It is beyond my comprehension that this type of behavior not only existed, but was allowed and persistent with cover.
Coming into our freshman years, our concern should be along the lines of, how are we going to play? How are we going to stay on the court? How are we going to be dominating this program? Not, are we going to be safe?
Now, attorney Jolene Youngers told us that they are preparing to take this case to trial, but they are also prepared to settle, which is what happens often in these civil lawsuits. She also told us that she has spoken to the Attorney General's office, which is looking into pressing criminal charges against those 3 players. And she said that she feels confident that they are pushing the issue and really digging and trying to get deep into all of these issues. Now, coming up a little later in the show, Mark, hear from Deuce Benjamin about how he's coping with all of this. But for now, reporting live with our New Mexico Mobile Newsroom from the Pan American Center, Rachel Phillips, ABC 7.
All right, Rachel, thank you.